closer and closer to the end and to the end of 2020. Welcome to Transnation Esports, and welcome to Transnation Esports Back on Track. I'm Brett Keenan, joined in the Autodromo Jose Carlos Pache pit paddock with Joseph Roberts as always. We're here for the penultimate round of the championship of this 15-turn, 3.309 kilometre, 2.677 mile circuit. Easy in nature with a lap record of a 1 minute 10.540 set by Valtteri Bottas in 2018. The Brazilian Grand Prix circuit has been around as long as I can remember. Home races to the many greats such as Felipe Massa, Rubens Barrichello, Ayrton Senna and Emerson Fittipaldi. So there are plenty of big names that have made success here. Unfortunately, Rubens Barrichello never seemed to see success at the circuit. Actually very ever really finished this Grand Prix as well. Handful of poles, no wins, plenty of DNFs. It just was a circuit that Rubens could never take home soil dominance in. We saw many in the way of championship deciding battles, mainly 2007, 2008, 2012, and plenty others probably beyond that point as well. I think actually 2009 and 2006 might have been also the other two places. So Joe, welcome to the broadcast. The circuit in nature is very quick and very windy. What's the appropriation to the circuit? Straight line speed or aerodynamics?
I think it's personally straight line speed, and then keep it in within the middle sector. I think it's quite audacious if somebody goes alongside you, or if you go down the inside of somebody in that middle sector. Is usually on the first corner, or I think it's the third. It says the third corner on the track. But yeah, I think it's mainly geared to straight line speed, just because of the nature of this game.
It is a very interesting circuit in terms of that. We, as of last weekend, we crowned two of our champions, Theodore Dragisci and Andrew Lee. We also set out the award ceremony votes, counted them up and relayed the information. Next, well, in a couple of weeks time, maybe this time, well actually no, 26 will be too busy. Maybe on New Year's Day, depending how I feel, we'll have the award ceremony for the races and for the results, and we'll have a chat with the people there and who won the awards and everything like that. Sorry, I'm sporting a bit of a hangover from last night. Had a work breakup, and I'm probably going to be a bit the same tomorrow. Got my mum's party tonight for her birthday, so yeah, tomorrow morning is going to be very interesting in that term of regard. So still 3 championships left to decide. The no assist tier 2, the assist tier 2, and the assist tier 3, I think, actually. It's hard to say, it's hard to remember. The stewards reports, just for anyone who's watching and is wanting to know when that is, they'll be coming out tonight. I'll be making that one personally because our head steward misinformed me about something and turned up he wasn't going to be able to do anything this week, so unfortunate in that nature, but we'll get onto that probably as soon as the F2 social race is completed, and that's what we're having today instead of the classic race. So people who are aware, the F1 game had a patch this week which included the F2 2020 pack, the 22 cars, which you can still only use 20 of them, which is ridiculous, but just the nature of the game, I guess. The new liveries, the new wheel packages, the cars seem a little nicer to drive than the 2019 package. It's still not the greatest experience, but there will be a social race. I don't know if the social race will be commentated on or recorded. We'll hopefully try to. But yeah, so we're not going to have a very long broadcast, obviously, because we started a bit later than usual, just so we didn't have to try and find stuff to talk about. But obviously we've got a few interesting propagandas that have come up over the last couple of weeks. Obviously the Sakir Grand Prix, which was won by Sergio Perez, for the first time in Racing Point, and what a fitting end to his Racing Point career to take off a win for the team. Obviously, Lewis Hamilton has confirmed he'll be back for racing, or he already is racing technically, and Russian F1 bound driver Nikita Mazepin under heavy scrutiny for a video he posted up on his social media of groping a female escort. There is a petition currently underway for people to sign to ensure that Mazepin doesn't end up in Formula One next season, because I don't want to speak for you, Joe, but I speak for the many who agree that what he's done is a disgrace in terms of not only Formula One as a professional and mature sport, but also for the men out there who have been fighting against the female race who deem us as sexual deviants and perverts. So unfortunately for Mazepin, he's kind of hasn't really helped our cause. So there are petitions going out. So what do you make of it, Joe?
I think it's when you I think it's disgusting in any sense of the words, but it's also the fact that you're under intense pressure as he was an F2 driver, an F1 an F2 driver, and now is probably a F1 driver. It's F1, I think, has to have a high standard, and obviously this year with the races won, it's kind of that is now the F1 slogan, and how F1 is trying to send that message. I personally don't think Mazepin should be in the sport, in terms of the fact that if you want to send a message out that this stuff is not that shouldn't be in society, I don't think you should be in the sport. I personally don't think the Callum Aylock or that should be in the seat, just due to the fact that they're bound to contracts with now F2, even though they start in I would personally, if Philippe is it Fittipaldi who's driving now?
Pedro Fittipaldi, yeah.
Yeah, I would like to see him for full time. Not due to the fact that he's just due to the fact that it'll get if you even put Mazepin as a reserve driver, I think it will show the fact that you can't do that, but also it shows, I think, another option to Haas to put somebody in the car that's being loyal to them and actually responsible to represent Haas F1 team.
I think the unfortunate thing about it is that it's an economic sort of standpoint, and Mazepin obviously has money because his father's a billionaire plastic developer in Russia, so there'll be something to do with that. But I personally think with Schumacher's heritage that would bring in quite a bit of money and fortune and sponsors and all that kind of stuff. I mean, you're not a son of a 7-time world champion and not have some sort of honorary system or something like that. But I actually personally think it should come down to Schumacher's decision as well. Schumacher should be given the choice to say, do I want that kind of person as my teammate or not? Obviously, Mazepin has not been the greatest achiever in F2. He's spent more times causing problems on track than really reaping from anything. So personally, you can see that Haas has really only taken him on as a form of finance, and I'm sure that there would probably be more there would have been other choices out there with financial beneficiaries that could have joined the team, like Felipe Dragunov. Apparently, he's quite loaded.
Yeah,
but
I'll quickly get
obviously he doesn't have a super license.
It was F1 2020. So you've got Dams, you've got how do I look at the drivers?
The best way to look would be to go to your Grand Prix and then pick the F2 2020 car and then go from there. So you got Sean Galal and Dan Ticktum, and Ernie, you've got Gunyo Zhou and Callum Ilott, obviously. ART, you've got Marcus Armstrong, who would actually be a good bet, no doubt, and Christian Langard. At Carlin, you've got Yuki Tsunoda, who's obviously probably Toro Rosso bound anyway, and then Ihan Deruvala. At Campos, you've got Jack Aitken, who's already in Formula One, so technically Haas could invest in getting Aitken off Williams. And then you've got Guillaume Samaya. And then with Charles, you've got Louis Delatraz and Pedro Piquet. Pedro would be an interesting vouch, unless, of course, you want to talk Crashgate. Then you've got Nobuharu Matsushita, who's probably too old.
It's even in this, you've got a number of drivers. You even got the other Russian. You got him, and he's been very impressive. I don't know about this season because I haven't really followed F2.
Of course you've got here's an interesting one. So you've got Giuliano Alesi, who is son of former Ferrari driver Jean Alesi. Now, could you imagine having the two names Alesi and Schumacher in Formula One again?
Yeah,
you've already got Verstappen and Schumacher.
Yeah, it's personally, it's one of those things that you look down the grid of F2 this season, you think that there is so much better drivers that they could have picked, such as Callum Ilott, which personally I think deserved a drive in F1. You could argue that Jack Aitken deserves an F1 drive considering he did well in the Sakir, even though there is only 4 corners in that track. Well, no, 11 I think it was. You could argue that he deserves a drive. And was it Dragovic? Whatever his name. Yeah, he's been quick in F2. There's a number of drivers personally that I think is better than Mazepin, and it's always been an F1, which is also the beauty and also the sad thing about it is that the more money drivers have, like sponsorship wise, like Perez, who's the other one, Stroll, there's a couple of others that basically paid themselves rather than pure talent, like Button. As in, if you look like Lewis Hamilton, Lonzo, Vettel, and you can go on, as in they had sponsorship from teams, as in it's like from the young driver program, but they didn't buy themselves into a car. So I think personally there's a lot better drivers than Mazepin, and personally I don't think he deserves to be in the sport.
Feel free to comment in the comment section below what you guys think of that one personally, not in the live chat, in the comment section. I'd like to see what other people who watch these videos have a thought on it. We don't obviously have a lot of time left because of the F2 social race coming up, so we'll end the segment with predictions for the Brazilian Grand Prix for the assist and the no assist Tier 1 editions. Looking obviously at Tier 1 no assist, it's still the same. I mean, personally, I think no matter how you look at it, it's going to always be kind of the same top two on both angles. It's either going to be Theodore or Amar, or it's going to be Andrew Lee or Tyler. And then the battle for the third on the podium is always a bit of a stretch. So I think for no assist Tier 1, I'm going to say Tyler will win from Andrew. And then I would say... I'm going to put Phil on the spotlight this weekend and say he'll go P3. And then for assist it'll be Theodore, Amar, and I'll give Jerome a chance if his internet can hold on long enough this time to finish a race. So Jerome will be on the podium, and then from there. So Joe?
I think it's the first time I actually could agree with you with this. The fact that I think Amar we embraced from him with the European series, that he has really stepped it up in terms of the fact of his pace. As his lap around America was Kota was absolutely ridiculous. And then Theodore's also, I don't think he raced on Wednesday, but he's been very quick this season, also moving to no assists. Then also Jerome as well, I think getting back into F1, I think he had a break which is a long, I think if you fall out of love with this game, which a number of people down in this server have, and then come back to it, I think it's good. So I think he's still pretty fast. He just his internet needs to hold up, and also he's going and just signed up today, I think, for no assists. So that should be interesting for next season.
That's probably the other thing. Quickly, just to interject, it's quite interesting that, of course, we have opened up the registrations for both assists and no assists for season 7. It is quite interesting to see how many people who have been in assists that are switching it up. Obviously, Pierre's moved midway through season 6.5. Theodore's already made his announcement. He's going to go to no assist. Jerome's already signed up to go no assist. And there's a couple drivers that already run no assist that are registering up. They're just racing assist because there's not really any room no assist wise. So it's good to see. But we'll get you to finish up with the no assist tier 1.
Personally, I think it's good. I personally, I think it's a lot healthier to have a lot of no assist drivers than assists, and due to the fact that I know people have their personal opinion or preference on what assist to use or no assist, but I think this game is so much better with having no assist off, as in, for example,
well, everything off apart from racing line, I guess.
Yeah, apart from racing line, it's I think it's probably the easiest game to get into no assists.
Yeah, I agree with that one actually.
There's arguments to say that the pad is too easy, but I think just due to the fact that wheels are not particularly cheap,
I think the personal
them.
perspective is more that it's easier to get used to the game's mechanics on pad than it is by wheel.
Yeah, I've got to agree. Even though I've got a wheel next to me, I don't use because I spend half my life at uni at the moment. But and then just go back to the topic we're talking about. No assists. Again, I think Mackenzie's been. I think it seems that Andrew's been teaching Mackenzie his tricks. I'm going to put Mackenzie on the podium, except from Phil. So I think it'd be Andrew, Tyler, and then Mackenzie.
Okay, so there you have it. So I think last week, Well, actually, no, sorry, that was Wednesday night regional where I counted Terry to get his first win in Trans Nation esports regionals, which he did, and the first time for him, and only the second driver so far on the TNE esports team to actually win a race.
That's Amar?
The first, obviously.
That's Amar.
No, Amar's DXT.
Oh yeah, I can forget about that.
He's just unofficially DXT.
Oh, okay. Yeah. The one reason we haven't talked about our Mexicans race because it went terribly wrong. Well,
terribly for you. For me, it wasn't too bad. I think for me, my problem's only compounded by doing too earlier stops and having no tyres at the end of the race. Obviously, I was trying to undercut.
Did you do soft, medium?
I mean, yeah, soft, medium.
Yeah.
And it paid off initially, but it was just because of penalties and lack of tyres at the end. I dropped from 5th to 8th, which is alright. I mean, 2 races left to go, so this will be my 102nd race, and I will end on 103. Can't say I'm not too disappointed about it come being soon. Finish so soon, commit to commentating duties as well as the iRacing Supercar League, which depends if we have a superstar, well, if we have it back on track on the Saturday after on Boxing Day, so Christmas Day for many others, even if it's just me, I'll relay some information about the Supercars iRacing League then. But for now, we need to get ready for the F2 social race. So Brett Keenan and Joe Roberts signing out from the Brazilian Grand Prix pit paddock. Next weekend we'll be at the Yas Marina circuit for the final race of season 6.5 and the final official league race of the year 2020. And I have to say, I can't wait because 2020 has been. Yeah, I think like everyone in the world,
horror movie.
Everyone in the world has wanted the end of 2020. No promises as to 2021 being any better, but obviously, we will go into the year knowing what we're up against. Till then, Brett Keenan and Joe Roberts are now signing out. We'll catch you next week at the final round of the Season 6 official, but the end of Season 6.5. And we will no doubt crown our Tier 2s of no assist and assist and our Tier 3 champion for Season 6.5. Thanks for watching, everyone.